Hi, this is Amy at North 40 Outfitters, and today I'm going to give you a few tips on creating beautiful hanging baskets and containers to give your garden or your patio a lot of pop during the summer. Now, hanging baskets are terrific because they're often close to eye level, and with cascading flowers there is a huge wow factor to them, and thankfully they're really easy to put together. When you are looking for a hanging basket, look for something that catches your eye. It has to appeal to you first. Make sure you have a good liner in it and fill it with potting soil. From there, it is picking plants that are really going to captivate people's attention and to grow dramatically. These hybrid petunias that trail and cascade out of the baskets fit this ticket perfectly. I planted a few of these gorgeous purple ones that are cascading down with nice speckles. They look like the night sky, and I'm a purple fanatic anyway, so have to start with purple, and then we're going to go from there. Basically, when you're picking flowers, you want to just take a look at the tags. Look for things that are going to cascade down, or they're just going to stay up a short ways, maybe 4 to 6 inches height. When you're doing a hanging basket, you don't want anything that's too tall because it's typically out of people's visual reach. So look for things that are going to hang over. And also, you might want to look for things that smell good too. This is alyssum, which is another favorite of mine. And because it smells absolutely heavenly, it grows prolifically, and it trails and it handles the heat that is sometimes the hanging baskets are subjected to. Hanging baskets a lot of times are in very exposed areas because so many of them are in full sun, that we also want plants that are going to be able to take the wind that we often have out west, and also the hot conditions that we have during the summer. So I have petunias and alyssum. And then also just look for color. It's like you don't have to put in anything fancy, but just get some color to pop in there. And you often want to go with thinking about planting in groups of 3s. So I have the 3 petunias as my base. And in some instances, I might just do 3 more plants of the same color in here in a container this size. And if you have bigger containers, you can just keep mixing and matching and have all those plants in there. So just plant to your heart's content in this size container, which is about 12 to 14 inches. I am putting 6 plants in here, which seems like a tremendous amount, and it is a little tight, but as long as you use a good fertilizer on it, like this time-release Osmocote, just sprinkle it in there according to the label, and it will feed the plants throughout the summer. And also you want to remember to keep it very well watered. To add a great spot of color anywhere, consider container plants. It's a really, really easy way to add perfect color and a lot of interest in any place that you want on your patio or even in your garden. So with containers, pick what you like. You can pick a smaller size container like this, or go for a nice big one where you can plant basically a flower garden right at your fingertips. This nice pottery one that I've had for a while, I just thought it would be pretty to add a geranium in here, because the geraniums are great. They bloom throughout the summer. They take the heat, and they also take a little bit of drought conditions. And then just for additional interest, I like something that hangs over, which is really nice. Because a lot of times, if you're going to put something up front, if you're going to have the front to your container, it's really nice to have some sort of plant that is going to cascade over the side. And then even for some extra color and also different foliage too. That's the other thing that you need to consider when you're putting together container plants, is it can be all about flower color. I mean, it absolutely can. That there's so many different colors and different types of blooms that you can create an absolutely brilliant, visually stunning flower garden basically in a container. But you also have to think there's all sorts of different foliage too. The geraniums and everything else, it's just different textures really adds a lot of interest as well. And just picking the different plants that catch your eye. That's the thing. There are no really hard, fast rules. It is what you like. You know, like I said before, in the hanging baskets, I always tended to plant in groups of 3s. It seems to balance it well. You definitely can do that here, but truthfully, if you find a group of flowers that catches your eye, you want to put it in a container, nobody says you can't. So plant what you want, how you want it. General rule is something nice and tall in the center, something cascading on one or a couple of sides, and even something just kind of with shorter and with lots of visual interest somewhere else in here. And we could just make a nice little container. Once again, fertilize it. A time-release fertilizer is the easiest way to go. Give it plenty of water. And the important thing with both containers and with hanging baskets is don't forget to deadhead. When the flowers start failing on these, which these look good, but just for demonstration, just don't hesitate to pinch it back, because the more you pinch it back after those flowers start to fade, the more flowers you're going to get throughout the summer and until that very first frost. Grab the flowers that you like, the ones that catch your eye, and have a great time. If you have any questions on planting a container or creating your own hanging basket, please comment below. Or if you need some help in person, especially to pick out those beautiful flowers, visit any of our North 40 Outfitters stores or see us on north40.com. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification button.